Hey guys, this is Mr. Marshall with Unlimited Possibilities Martial Arts. We're going to do a technique today that's going to be somewhat simple. It's kind of a conglomeration of a couple of different arts, or maybe two or three. But the one that I wanted to do today, just for the sake of doing it, I thought it would be fun. So we have Mr. Brent here. He's going to grab me, and then this is off of a grab and a punch. So he's grabbing and punching, or he can even be grabbing and pulling me in and punching like that, okay? So if someone were to grab you and try to punch you like that, if you're not aware of what you can do, what's possible, then it's gonna be really hard to deal with it. So the first thing we're gonna do is he's gonna grab and he's gonna go to punch. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop down like this, okay? Now from right here, I can grab his arm and I'm actually pulling and I'm head-butting into him, like so, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up and grab. Then I can start with the knees. Okay? So this is going to be the first idea. So he comes at me. Actually, let's take this angle right here. So he comes at me, grabs. He's going to see how he punches straight for me. You guys see that? So he grabs and he punches, and I just down. And I grab to anchor onto him with this hand. I'm going to reach up and I'm going to give him a headbutt. Okay? And that doesn't even have to be hard, but it just has to move. Wherever the head moves, the body moves. It's just got to be able to move his head so it takes him out of his security. So he comes here, then from right here, I'm just going to basically do a weak link release, releasing out of this grip. Really simple. After he gets hit too, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm going to release out of this grip and I'm going to grab here, and then I start to knee. So I'm just grabbing around hand over hand on the back of the neck, and then I can do the knee. So, you want to try it? So I grab, and I punch, headbutt, grab, just like that, okay? So real simple self-defense technique. I want to do something a little different now this time. I was thinking about it when he grabs, so he goes to grab again, and we can do it off the same thing, but this is going to be a little bit different. We're going to add a little bit of Aikido-ness to it. So he grabs it, he starts to punch again. So I'm going to do the same motion. I'm going to drop down here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to step and take down. Like so, he wasn't ready for that. I didn't tell him what I was going to do. So what we'll do it slow this time. I won't do this with him. So he grabs, okay, he starts to punch, and I veer down off of this punch to evade, right? You can also bring your hand up to cover your body. Right, he goes to punch, so just kind of come fast. Yeah, come fast to actually hit my hand. There you go, nice. Go ahead and do it again, hit my hand. Good, he couldn't hit my hand that time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to step. Notice I'm stepping around his leg here. And the motion is I'm going to extend out. You guys see what's happening? And then go ahead and let go. After I extend out, bowing and whipping, circling in with this big circle. It's part of the reason why the wushu styles, or the kung fu styles as most people know it, do a lot of circling moves. That's actually what that is. So in Chinese kung fu, tai chi, wushu, Shaolin, northern, whatever style, white crane, wide eyebrow, whatever style you want to talk about. But when they're doing circular moves, a lot of those circular moves are grappling movements, okay? Which a lot of people don't realize. They just think they're doing these circles and they're like, oh, that's not gonna do anything, that's fake. But a lot of that is grappling moves. He's coming in to grab me, right? And I go like this and I circle. That's what that move is. You're using your body, and even if you see some of them do this motion, that's the same thing. So he's coming in, and I come back, and then I go back in and circle. Okay, so it's a grappling move. You're going into some sort of grappling. But anyway, so I just wanted to show a couple of techniques. Did you want to try that one that I just did? He's like, no. So, which is pretty fun. Now, you have to be, so the one we just did this a second ago, before we started talking about wushu. And he punches, I'm gonna do it slow, okay? So I come down and I go in, right? So part of what makes this work is when he grabs me, I'm not just gonna stand out here and anticipate the punch and try to move away. That actually does the exact opposite of what you want, okay? Because one, if he's grabbing, he's probably gonna pull me in. So if I go away, I'm going to get nailed, especially if my hands are down. Even if my hands are up, I'm still gonna get hit with my own hand with me being off balance like that. So what I wanna actually do is crouch down like a boxer will do, kind of, okay? Or advanced martial artists, maybe from Silat or one of those other forms, any of the Filipino arts. So when he goes, I come down and I go straight into him. It's almost like I'm spearing him with my shoulder, okay, which you could do, okay? And then from here, I'm just going to bring my hand up, stepping out, and I'm going to throw, okay? Which throws him right off balance, just basically takes him down, okay? So anyway, that takes, again, the motion has to coordinate with the it's something that you have to actually feel. If you try to do it without understanding where his body needs to be, so this one's a little bit harder to learn because when I go like this, if I don't know where his body's supposed to be, he's just gonna do this. It's not gonna work, okay? See what's happening? Nothing's happening. But you have to understand to extend their body, and you have to do that in movement. If he's just standing there, this is what's funny. People think this is how this move works, it's funny. So they think he just stands there and you just go, and it won't work that way. There's no way it's gonna work. So what you have to do is you have to create an extension, meaning you have to move him. So I have to move him, now it will work. Does that make sense? He's got to be in motion for that move to work. It doesn't work if he's just standing still. It doesn't work very well. So anyway, unless you're really good and you know how to make the motion, even if that's a secret though. We won't tell you guys how to do that. So anyway, those are two techniques that I wanted to do today, and we'll be back, or we'll see you guys on the next video.